Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video today on the channel. Today I'm doing my first ever theory video. And it is called the Hierarchy of the Nowhere. Now, what does hierarchy mean? Well, it means a system in which members of an organization or society are ranked according to their relative status or authority. Now, that is out of the way. Let's talk about Little Nightmares. And at the top of the hierarchy, we have the Eyes. These monsters are the boss. You can tell because their symbol is on everything, and I think they created this world, and as the Eyes will suggest, they are always watching. Second are the Catchers. Now, we have seen two Catchers, but the second one falls under a different category, which we will get to later. But the one we have seen is the Ferryman. The Ferryman goes into children's dreams and convinces them to go to the nowhere, and that is why he is second. Third is the owner. These people are people who own a shop or something like that, who are in a time loop, like the Thin Man or Lady. Now, all monsters were children at one point, but the owners were handpicked by the Eyes to be the owner of that place. But they are forever in a time loop. Next, we have the normal monsters. These monsters were once children, or they were abusive adults that went into the nowhere because of how abusive they were to the children. Now, these are no owners, but they are essential to the nowhere. They are the monsters that make up most of the nowhere. And fun fact, these are actually called the residents of the nowhere. Next we have the betrayers, and these are anything that have betrayed the Eyes. Now this part is not proven, but it is a theory. And there is only two that I can think of, and that is the North Wind and the Granny. Now I know that the North Wind is never said to be a betrayer, but he does not like the Ferryman and seems to be in a competition with him. And the Granny was left to decay and rage, so she must have done something bad. I will elaborate more on this when I do deep dive theory videos into every single one of these creatures or categories that I have said today. Now I just want to make like a slight detour in the theory and just talk about the residents of the nowhere. The residents of the nowhere there are more important ones than others. So, like, the teacher is more important than the guests. Now, I was going to talk about this in the main bit of the theory, but I thought I'd put it as a detour. I've put them all as one category. When I do my deep dive, I will do, like, a smaller hierarchy with just these creatures. Now, I also want to say, only some of this has been confirmed, and that is very little of it. This is all a hunch and a theory that I'm going off from my own headcanon and evidence we have in the games. I am also using evidence from the podcast, The Sounds of Nightmares, but I haven't mentioned any of these creatures, as I haven't put any of them in a distinctive category yet. But I will be doing that once I know the rest of, like, sort of when we find out more and I do my deep dive. Now that is out of the way, we are on to the final one. And I think that this group is called the Children. These are at the bottom because they have no power at the nowhere. They are haunted by everything, and for every child, unless one is going to be an owner or is in a time loop of any sort, they are probably going to die. Now, I just want to say that I think when one kid dies, another comes in. Just so we have a good amount of monsters, because we see a lot, and to be honest, we do see a lot of kids die in this series. We literally see so many in cages, and they are never going to turn out to be monsters. So, I personally think that as soon as one dies, another is convinced to come in. Which could make a lot of sense, and that's why I have so many monsters, because only the strongest survive to get that sort of legacy or whatnot, to be a resident of the nowhere. Well guys, that was my first fairy video. It's quite short. I stumbled over some bits because the script, it's written, but I haven't gone over it a lot, and I just know what to do for next time. Little Nightmares is such a really good series, and I really, really enjoy it. I do hope that after 3 they continue it on. I think they will, but if they don't, I'm going to be very, very upset. But yeah, if you did like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never, ever, ever miss a video. But until next time, guys, remember to stay horror crazy. I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio!